It is a gay pig cat here, and I'm here with
Byte.
Blazger.
Call me Jose.
Clayton the wolf.
Nova.
All right, and what is your species?
I am a black fire tiger, also known as a hellcat.
So, you've seen Lady and the Tramp, right?
Yes.
Now combine the two, the first one, combine the two. I call her Maria. Long story short, woman, tall woman, big buff woman with a mustache.
A wolf, an Arctic wolf.
I'm a cat.
I'm a kitsune kimono fox.
All right, so my very first question for you is going to be, what is your favorite part about being a furry?
Favorite part about being a furry is pretty much that you get to express yourself a lot more better than your everyday life self.
Artistic expression.
The freedom to just kind of be yourself, like having a sona and a suit, you can kind of express yourself in ways you can't, otherwise. So I think it's really cool.
It's definitely the wide environment of people who will not judge me at all for doing what I do.
What was your first ever furry convention?
That would be MFF 2005.
Do you consider Dragon Con a furry convention? Because I did go to the furry panel, and I have pictures of that to prove it.
Okay, sure, yeah. We'll consider that a furry panel, or a furry convention.
My first ever furry convention? The first was the very best, and that was Megaplex.
It was Megaplex?
Yes, Megaplex. Best con.
Actually, FWA 2017 was my first ever convention. I got dragged here by a friend of mine who was a furry, and it it converted me.
Oh shoot, this last year it was Megaplex.
Oh wow, okay.
I didn't have my suit or anything at that time, and seeing all these fursuiters really made me say like, hey, I gotta do it. I gotta do it, man.
And so out of all the years, what has been your favorite furry convention?
My absolute favorite, I would probably say, would be Further Confusion 2008.
Technically, this one I can't fly anywhere else. So
I got you.
yes, this would be the easiest one to get to.
Megaplex was your favorite con?
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
I mean, I really only have experience with FWA, but I've loved seeing pictures from MFF and Anthropon. I think they're all so cool.
I can't forget Megaplex. It was my first, and can't forget your first.
For this con specifically, what has been your favorite panel so far?
I'm not gonna lie, but I think the favorite panel so far has probably been the Furality portal, having to see all of my friends in Furality going ahead and seeing us here at the convention.
I think even though I fell asleep during this one, it was the Cutie Patootie panel. Oh, yeah. And it was extremely funny. I have the videos. It's like, this man is defending why this guy in a Bucky's outfit should not call this guy in a full fursuit cute. I was like, there's genuine passion behind his voice.
I went to the candy one with the bracelets. So I guess that's my favorite. I went to one panel.
I really liked the Whose Lion Is It Anyways. I thought it was really funny.
Oh geez, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about the pool toy party. It's been really good, but I just went to the Fox meetup. That was really good too. I gotta say the pool party though. The pool party was really nice.
Pause or Moz?
Pause.
Why not both? One of my friends has both.
All right,
I was like, I was jealous of the shirt he had. I was like, I want that.
Real bisexuals like both Pauls and Malls.
Oh, Moth. Easy.
Oh, I gotta go with Paws, dude. I gotta go with Paws all day, all day.
Would I be able to have a hug?
Most definitely.
Oh.
Why not?
I'm like kidnapping you. Oh my gosh.
Really?
Right. So I'm going to tell you about my FWA experience and what I thought about the con. So, some things that I liked about the con was the registration. I didn't have any trouble with the lines. It all went really smooth. Honestly, got to be one of the better cons that I've had with registration. Now, one thing I will say is the registration was at the Cortland Hotel, which I had a little bit of trouble kind of maneuvering in the city and where to find it. And then once I got to the hotel, I noticed that it was downstairs in the lower levels, which got me a little confused, but we were able to figure it out. The no line made up for it, definitely. Whew. Just needed a quick drink right there. Okay, so some other pluses about the con. I felt like this year it was a lot more spread out. So I didn't have to bump into people as much. There was a lot more room, which I really, really enjoyed last year. It was really, really packed. Had a lot of trouble kind of maneuvering around. So this year, I'm definitely very grateful that there was a lot more room and that the hotels were a lot more spread out. Another thing I really always enjoy, you gotta love the food. One of my favorite places there was the sushi place. That was the one that I had, where you pick the sushi off the belt. It is amazing. Anyone who hasn't had it, I recommend that you try it. Even if you're not a sushi enjoyer, I personally really, really enjoyed it. All right, next up. So, for the dealer's den, I thought that they managed the line pretty well. It went pretty fast. When I went, it was around, I want to say, give or take 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and there wasn't a line. It was very, very busy, but I got to see a lot of really nice artists there, a lot of people who make a lot of great things, and overall, I didn't have really any issue or quarry with it. Dealer's Den is always going to be packed at any con, so if you go, I would definitely expect that. For this con, I think that my final rating out of everything else, at the end of the day, it's got to be a strong 8 out of 10. All right? And I say that very nicely. I really like this con. It's very nice. I like being in Atlanta. It's very unique. So, for my flight experience, I had a little bit of trouble getting to Atlanta. There were some complications with my flight trying to get in. I got in a lot later than I wanted to, but it wasn't too bad. I was able to fly in. The experience getting to Atlanta, it was a little difficult. I know that once you land, trying to get an Uber, I would highly recommend, if you have a friend in Atlanta, I would highly recommend to see if they'd be able to pick you up. Once we got to the hotel, we stayed in the Radius Tower, which was honestly probably one of the nicer towers. We didn't have any elevator traffic. Anytime that we needed to get on the elevator, it was just right there. We never needed to wait in any line, and that, for me, was honestly huge. The Radius Tower didn't have any way for the elevators, and if you are at FWA or have gone to FWA, you know how bad the elevator situation is. So having to not deal with that was absolutely amazing. I loved it so much. Another thing about the Radius Tower is the room was very, very tiny, but like I said, I think that the elevator makes up for that because there was never any wait. I don't even think I saw even many people that were in my little floor that I was in, so that was absolutely magnificent. So I would definitely really like that they were able to put me in that tower. I think it's also important to mention that the Radius Tower was located in the Hyatt. I did not stay at the Marriott this year, but I gotta say that my experience was very wonderful at the Hyatt. Highly recommend it. If anybody wants to stay in the Hyatt, it definitely is not a wrong choice. If you stay in the Marriott, there's a lot more access. It's a lot easier to get to things, but the Hyatt definitely I have no quarries with it. It was absolutely great. And like I said, the room was very, very nice. No elevator wait time. So I would absolutely 100% stay there again. For that hotel, I give it definitely also a solid 8 out of 10. Very, very nice hotel, and I would definitely stay there next year at the next FWA. Overall, those have been my opinions on the con. I think that it's a very, very fun con to go to. I'd highly recommend it to any fur, whether they be new, whether they be in the fandom for a little bit, whichever. I think it's a great con, and I highly recommend it to just everybody. So I would love to see any one of you there, and make sure that if you see a gay pink cat, you come and say hi and give me lots of hugs. So, with that being said, whether you're watching this at night, in the morning, daytime, I hope that you have a wonderful evening, morning, or daytime, and I will see you at the next convention.